Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm out in the forest. We're getting a cheeky little camp out, and tonight's video is dedicated to trying out the new Wuben X4. So without any further ado, let's get into this one. Hammy all set up, let's get the tarp over the top. And there we are, tonight's house all sorted, tarp on, lovely job. Also, I did pin it out with some of these absolute beasts of pegs that Tommy D gave me. Bit more like railroad spikes if I'm being honest, but absolute beasts. These are really, really cool. Cheers, Tommy D. So we've got Donnie. I'm sure we'll have chats about that later. But anyways, we've got Donnie on the go over here. Bepe's my old coffee pot, if ever you were wondering. But yeah, in fact, I'm going to stop saying that. I don't want him to get jealous. Anyways, as I said, today we're going to be testing out this bad boy. This Wuben light. Since unpacking it, I've had a chance to go over it, and I've still not calculated all the settings yet, but it's an absolute beast. Let me put it on that mode. Ooh la la. And yeah, you can kind of go down on it, go up. My favorite feature is this little bad boy on the side. You've got all these different colors, and again, ultraviolet, red. Like, it's an absolute beast. Oh man, it's so cool. Let me put it back there. Then you've got all these things like this. If I double tap it, I've got like different strobe effects. Like, honestly, I cannot speak highly enough about this torch. And this is definitely obviously an honest review. You know, I'm not one to give it the big one if it's not, but this is definitely going to be in my pack at all times now. It's nice, it's small, it's compact, it's got a little moonlight set in there, so you know, if you just pottering about or something, that's really cool. The high beam is a beast. I'm going to test it out tonight when it gets dark. I'm kind of waiting to like cook and stuff like that until it's at least a little bit dark, so I can just do it all by this and really give it a good test out. Yeah, it's got so many little features. Like there, it's just got a little well, not an emergency, like you can just tap it as and when. Here, well, button, there we go. Here you've got like a main one. Like I say, you've got a moonlight. Yeah, honestly, I can't. Yeah, I'm literally surprised that I even had to look at the instructions, because it's a torch. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've camped for years. I've never needed to look at an instruction manual for like a torch or a knife or anything like that. It honestly just blew me away. Rechargeable, as I shown the other day on my unpacking bit. You've got a chargeable battery there as well. Proper big bad boy. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to be putting this one on to my belt here when I'm not using it, but I'm pretty much going to be using it all this evening. Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Wuben for the torch, and I will put a link in the bio. 100%, even before it gets dark and I've had a proper use with it, I'm going to definitely say go over and get one. It's an absolute beast. Like all of the different settings, I've played with it a lot, and like I say, I've not even gone through all of them so far. So yeah, I'd really advise this. I'm not going to go over it anymore. I let it speak for itself when we're pottering around the camp later, but definitely gets my seal of approval. Cheers, Donnie. Yeah, anyways, little coffee on the go now. We're just gonna, like I say, just wait for it to get a little bit darker. But yeah, I did want to just, no, what did I want to say? Nothing, to be honest. You know what was funny? As I was coming up, I was so excited to get out with this torch tonight, and it's my first camp back. It's my first camp out since I've been back in Switzerland. Also, I was so buzzing on the way up. I've got this hat on with little speakers on the side. Yeah, hashtag thank you, Andrea. But yeah, that's a really cool one, and I was just like singing along, got my rain jacket on because it's been raining, and I was just like going past people, and they were like just smiling and laughing because I'm just in my element, you know. Yeah, they probably got home and thought, you know, yeah, like telling their family, like, I've seen some random crazy Englishman, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. It's just starting to rain again now. I really hope it's raining a lot tonight as well. That'll yeah, I like them winter vibes. We may get a visit from Andre tomorrow. We did kind of arrange it. I'm just going to reply back to him in a minute if I got any signal. But yeah, he may pop up. Andre. aka Siambra permaculture, aka the Venezuelan no, joking. But yeah, if you've watched before, if you're a returning viewer, you'll know him. Absolute legend, top guy. So yeah, if he comes up, we may have like a little pot around, go for a little forage, but yeah, we'll see. I'm already hungry, so let's see what we're gonna cook up tonight. We got us an absolute bad boy of a steak just here. Look at that big juicy boy. So yeah, we're gonna cook that up. We got some veg, we got a nice bit of camembert that we're gonna put with that, and then yeah, when it gets dark, I'll have a little pot around the forest and we'll see how good this bad boy is. But as you can see now, with this kind of little reading light on, yeah, I might tuck up with a little bit of Charles Dickens later. Well, actually I've not got Charles Dickens this evening, but yeah, that'll be good for a little bit of a read later. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna see what that's all about later, in a nice proper dark forest. Yeah, I can't really talk much more about that. Let's get into the steak, let's get into cooking. I'm feeling hungry and the rain is coming down, so yeah, it's really yeah, I love this vibe. Winter camping, honestly, you can't beat it. So in first goes that lovely knob of butter, and we just wait for that sizzle nation. Oh, lovely. And then we get straight on with that steakaroo. And as always, I don't really bring like spatulas and stuff. I'm definitely a minimalist. Yeah, although saying that, the other night when I camped with Tommy D and even with Rossi Roo, they bought some really cool stuff, which is nice sometimes just to have a bit of a different vibe going on. But I just use this, as I've said many a time, for everything out here. Cutting wood, cutting my food up. Yeah, I'll literally use it to cut the steak up, you know. I'll use it to flip it. Yeah, like just making pegs, like all type. Like this is just for everything. So if you do like camping, get yourself a bad boy knife. Yeah, you'll be served well by that. So you can see we got us a lovely sear on that. Can you see that? I'm not sure. A lovely sear on that bad boy. Now we're going to chuck the veg in there, and we're just going to put this on the chopping board to the side, because Gordon Ramsay always says leave it on the side, you know. So yeah, trust the pros. And just like that, we've got us a meal fit for a king. We got a lovely chunk of camembert there in the corner, a lovely sear on that steak, and a load of good veggies. We're going to get this one tucked down. As you can probably hear, the rain is coming down. I'm really oh, got a bit of signal there, lovely jubbly. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to tuck into this bad boy. Yeah, bon appetit. So it is coming down out there, but just to show you, we got us a lovely bit of brightage out there. Nice. I will wait to see if the rain eases off a little bit. If not, I'll get the rain jacket on and we'll man up and we'll get out there. Right, so it's still raining, but we are, whoa. There we go. We got the selfie stick. We got it all going on. So I'm just having a little potter about. Kind of feel like the camera doesn't pick that up as much as me, but look, if I go down to the ground, yeah, there you are. You can see that's really bright. Yeah, got a good range on it. can see nicely in the distance there. Try and wind it up a bit more, a little bit brighter, and there's me just over there. Everything's getting a bit wet out here now. Trying to kind of hold my screen and that. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with that. That looks like a, well, doesn't look like it is an absolute beast. You know, you got to remember as well, not sure if you'll even see that in the dark, but it's only a little mini thing, you know. It's not like I've got some big giant lantern, you know. Could even have a little forage around with this one. Look at that, honestly. Just give me an extra little layer of warmth there, all those leaves. So there we are, we're back. As you can see, it's quite wet out there, so it's obviously getting a bit cold, and we want to just warm the cobbles. So we bought a nice selection of tea bags. We're going to go for, is it in the middle? Yep, we're going to go for that one, a lovely little green tea, courtesy of Nettie, old Netto. I swear to God that used to be in the UK, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that we had them years ago in England. Anyways, without any further ado, I'm just going to make a nice little cup of tea. And then, I mean, it's already like 7:30, so it's pitch black out there. But I'll wait till it gets a little bit later, and maybe I'll film a bit more of the forest. And yeah, just test the torch out a little bit more, you know. Yeah, nothing else really to report at the moment, other than I'm going to have a lovely, cheeky little cup of tea. So we've just been doing a spotter reading with this lovely little kind of side lamp, well, reading light, let's call it. But yeah, this is an absolute beast. I'll give you one more little blast. Whoa. Oh la la. Let me get the right one. There we go, one more little blast. You can see that is an absolute puppy, that one. Yeah, really, it just lights everything up. It's just incredible. Go back to that reading one. Nope. There we go. Anyways, yeah, really chuffed with that. As I've said before, I definitely advise us to getting one of them if you fancy getting yourself a new torch. I'm pretty sure I said before, but I'll put a link in the bio. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna call that one a night. As you can hear, it's non-stop raining. So yeah, we're just gonna call that one a night. We'll wrap it up and we'll check back in the AM. Top of the morning, and look how wet that is out there, honestly. Yeah, this is why I bought the hammock. I knew it was going to be extremely wet. Yeah, lovely sleep though, courtesy of the snugpak. This bad boy, honestly, I've taken this all over, always keeps me warm. But yeah, what a night, man, what a night. It's just been coming down dreamy, to be honest, when you're sleeping and that's just hitting off the top. As you can hear now, it's just, yeah, peaceful. Let's get us a coffee on. Delicious coffee on the go. That'll wake us up, warm the old cobbles at the same time. We're at 5 to 8. And it is looking splendid. It is looking splendid out there. It is a little bit waterlogged, to say the least. I knew there was going to be an awful lot of rain, but yeah, I was still optimistic regarding the foraging. I'm not too sure whether that will be the case now. Looking at it, it looks like I may need a bit of a boat to get out of here, but yeah, we're all good. We're jamming. Yeah, I do advise anyone getting a nice hammock if you enjoy camping and you want a little winter camp. It just keeps you off the floor, obviously with the tarp as well. So even now when I go to like pack up and everything like that. The top can be the last thing that I take, so I put everything in the bag nice and dry, get the raincoat over me, take top down last off. Everything's pretty much dry, well, everything is dry, you know, obviously putting the rain jacket over and just mooching on back. Yeah, just, you know, if you enjoy camping, there's no reason why you can't do it in the winter and still stay relatively dry. Yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy such vibes. Ooh la la, water of the gods. It is most certainly waterlogged out there, but then I am English, I'd still get a game of footy on out there. What I'm gonna do now is I'll kind of take a bit of a pot through the forest trees, and we'll just see if there's any chance of like getting an area where there's a bit more of a canopy and a little less water on the floor. And then if that's the case, I will check back in, but if not, I'll do a little outro now and then we may come back to it. Anyways, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!